So, like I was talking about the psychology, if you don't have the self confidence, then you really can't implement or carry out the strategy that you have. Even with the great psychology, if your strategy, you're not confident in the strategy, then there's that. So, there is a journey of exploring and trying to find that edge, right? Your strategy. So, that's part of the journey, right? Trying to find out the correct strategy, trying to find out the correct mentor or the correct education so that you can be successful and consistently profitable. But I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. So here, new to YouTube, I'm not. I had a YouTube channel in my early 20s, fitness. But when it comes to day trading entrepreneurship, that's what my channel is going to be about. I am a Mexican American living in San Diego, California. I've lived in Mexico. I've lived in both places, and I have bilingual Spanish speaker. So for all the Latino entrepreneurs out there that want to get into trading and investing, I'm your go-to guy, and for all your English speakers as well. So anyhow, talking about the journey, like I mentioned, my grandparents immigrated to the U.S. They came to the U.S. Through a work visa, and then acquired residency. So that's my mission here. My mission is to be financially independent, um, be financially abundant, more so, and also help those people that are looking to put themselves in that position for them and their family. I really believe that this is a land of opportunity, and this political climate and this economical climate in the U.S. Um, there's a lot of reasons you can say that you won't be successful. Inflation, high price of living. I mean, just to say, I'm living in San Diego, the most expensive city right now, currently in the U.S. or in California at least. So, I want to switch gears and just talk to you a little bit about why you should invest your time into becoming a day trader or an investor. I know many of you may have come across the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and there's what you call the quadrant. You have the E for employee, you have B for business owner, you have S for self-employed, and then you have I for investor. So that's the quadrant. Very well known book when it comes to the personal development industry. And I like to just tell you, trading. This I heard from one of the mentors. One of my first mentors, which I would like to give credit to, Jeremy Henry. Jeremy Henry or Jeremy Cash on YouTube. He talked about this once, and it just kind of put things into a schematic that made sense to me. When I built that network marketing business with one of the largest direct marketing companies in the world, I learned about the quadrant. I learned about the book through my father. Actually, I started reading that book when I was age 8 or 9. He would read financial books to me or personal development books, which I give thanks to my dad because I have the mindset I have thanks to him, um, to exposing me to that kind of material, reading material at a young age. So I always thought differently. I always thought of myself differently, and I continue to do that. Even with all the struggles and battles and challenges you're going to encounter, that's one of the things is you just have to continue moving forward. Because other than this, I mean, it's just what you have. It's your traditional job, your job. Provides a living in most cases. Some cases it's not enough. A lot of cases it's not enough, but it feeds your family, feeds you, and puts a roof atop your head, barely, but it does. So you have to be grateful for what you have, but I've always aspired to be more. And like I said, financially abundant is the term I love to use. Um, I'll tell you this. I found my notebook from when I started trading back when I was 14 years old. And I want to share that with you because it's right here. It's even dated. So you'll see the date. So it says May 17th, 2004. And you'll notice I have ticker symbols. And I have the buy time, the buy price, the sell price, and the sell time. So this is what I would do. I had a journal, and I journal all my trades, and what I call paper trading, what now we refer to as demo trading. But when I bought that, ticker symbol OSTKoverstock.com, and I experienced that back when I was 14, 15, I want to say. I mean, that was amazing to see how much money I could produce and profit I could produce in such a short amount of time. So since then, in high school, one of my professors, I want to say in statistics, he had this book that he lent me, How to Make $1 million in the Stock Market, and he was very smart individual. Although he was a teacher at my high school, he was already financially, I want to say financially stable, financially independent. He just had the job for teaching because he loved to teach, but financially he didn't need the job or the income. But he lent me this book, and I feel really bad because he told me to return it to him because the last time he lent it out, it was not returned to him. And here I am. It's going to be my 20-year anniversary in a couple of months, my high school reunion, and I haven't returned it to him. But I'm going to find the time and day to return it to him when I hit the the first million that I make. Anyways, let's talk trading. So, the reason you want to trade is for three reasons. Number one, in the Forex exchange or in markets or the Forex market, it has a bad negative reputation because of all the network marketing recruiting that's been involved with the term Forex. And so obviously there's been some scams, there's been people that have taken advantage of other people, and it kind of ruined the name or the industry of Forex trading. But it is a legitimate market. It's $1 trillion market every day that is traded over $1 trillion. So the potential and the upside is exponential. It's honestly, the word unlimited or limitless is true. I know in network marketing use that term a lot, but it's really sincerely and genuinely unlimited potential. Now, the reason you would trade Forex over stock trading is stock trading, like I said, you're limited by the PE rule. In Forex, you can open an account with as little as $10 to $100. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say you're going to be successful and make a lot of money with a $100 account. But the second reason you want to do trading is because trading, you're not relying on anyone. No employees, no brick and mortar, no overhead. You can grow as much as you like. No one limits you. You don't have to depend on people. That's the most volatile asset, or I would call liability, is people. When you have a business and you have to manage people, that's one of the hardest things to do. In network marketing, you have to know people. You're in the business of people. So if you don't have people skills and you're not personally developing and growing as a person, you're not going to attract people. You're not going to build a business of high value. You're not going to attract high caliber people. In trading, you don't need any of that. You don't need to deal with people. You deal with your internet connection, and that's it. And with the market. Now, the market is a subset of millions of people, psychology at play. So, yes, you are dealing with people, but in a different way. And that's what I liked about trading, that you don't have to depend on anyone. So, you don't have to fire or hire people. You don't have to manage or supervise. You don't have to pay anyone. You don't have to have a huge startup. And that to me was like, no one will ever control how much I make other than myself. And that's what I loved. And part of that is the Forex market is 5 days, 24 hours a day. I mean, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. In some cases, you can even trade crypto on the weekends. So it's literally 24/7. And then the third reason I encourage you to trade is that it honestly is a personal development course with an amazing, like, limitless income. So once you learn the skill, you can't lose it. No one can take it away from you. And you do develop yourself. The psychology and the person you have to become is just going to transform the way you are in every aspect of your life. And obviously, you can't really understand that until you live it and go through the phases, and the challenges you're going to go through are going to be very difficult. But the simple fact of trading, of clicking a mouse or clicking a button on your cell phone to click a buy or a sell, that's simple, right? The mechanics of it are simple. But the psychology that you go through and the upside and downsides you go through, that's the difficult part. The not giving up, the not quitting, the continuously losing money and reinvesting your money and losing money and investing and making some money and then losing it all. All that roller coaster effect that you're going to go through of emotions, that's the hard part. That's where the 90% of people, well, that's the statistic, 90% of people lose their capital within 90 days. So, and therefore quit. Here I am, not being 90% of them 4 years later, not quitting. So that's the key, obviously, not quitting, because that's the only way you can lose is quitting. Obviously, I'm going to go more into detail, but I just wanted to introduce myself, share a little bit about myself, and then give you guys a series of videos. I'm going to be bringing out videos. I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my journey, my setup, and obviously taking questions and comments, positive and negative. I don't care. I mean, it's YouTube, it's the internet. I'm expecting it all. But it's about time I start this. I've been wanting to start this YouTube series for a long time now. Just kind of document and journaling my journey to becoming a successful, profitable, consistent trader. So thanks, that's it. Welcome to Trader Abe's channel, entrepreneurship and day trading. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. So take care, God bless you, and I'll see you at the top.